Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy again. This is Dill Talk Sports. We're back with another episode. Sorry for the delay. Had a bit of moving going on, a lot of shit going on in my life. But really excited to be back. Really excited to get the breakdown of the NBA first round, NHL first round, all that good stuff, man, because this is what I'm passionate about, and this is going to be my career. And everyone that's, ever been supporting me from day one with the videos and everything, I just appreciate you so much, man, because when this page blows up and talk about sports daily and I'm on a podcast, we got a bunch of people talking and everything like that, and get guest, athletes on the show and all that stuff, it's going to be because of y'all that support me since day one. So if you are an OG supporter, please let me know down below. But let's get it going, man. Dynasty Enterprises blowing up. Dill Talk Sports. We got it. Let's do it. Diving right into round one. That was round two, but round one of the NBA playoffs. Kind of what I expected to happen. Your boy picked the Lakers upset, and guess what happened? The Lakers got upset because Anthony Edwards is MJ's kid, and LeBron's not that good. Sorry about it. They're going to blame it on Luka. They're going to blame it on Austin Reeves. They're going to blame it on JJ Redick. LeBron. It's LeBron. 100% it's LeBron. But let's break it down. We'll get there, and we'll keep going from there. So, first round series was the Thunder Grizzlies, 1 versus 8. Grizzlies really stood no chance in that game. They got fucking smashed in that whole series. Lost 4-0. Kind of what I expected to happen. Don't know what's going on with the Grizzlies. They got a lot of talent in JJJ, Desmond Bain, Ja. Couple others I'll probably miss. Scottie Pippen Jr.'s ball hooping. Shout out Scottie Pippen Jr., man. I don't think you get the love you deserve, but you're a real hooper. Oh, sorry. And then, I didn't watch a lot of that series because it was kind of blowout, but based on what I saw, Shai is not the MVP. He's not. I've said it since day one. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is not the MVP. His team won a lot of those games without him playing very well, which I kind of already expected and knew it was going to happen because he was never that good. He's a star. He's not a superstar. There's a difference. I think there's only a few superstars in the league, and I'll name them for you. I think Anthony Edwards is a superstar. No, bona fide superstar, 100%. Nikola Jokic, no question. Giannis, Steph Curry, Luka, I don't know if I can really give it to anyone else. Now, y'all in the comments might say Jay Tatum. It's not. Derek White, Jaylen Brown, better players on that team than Tatum. Sorry about it. You heard it here first. You can believe what you want, but it's the truth. Let me see. Just look at the bracket and see. Cavs, don't really. Superstar. Pacers, no. Knicks, no. So, okay, yeah. That's kind of what I thought. And then, let's get to the next series, which was my favorite and what I expected to happen. Game 7, which was great. Didn't think we'd get there, but, Nuggets showed what they got, man. They probably got the hardest first-round matchup. Lakers fans will say it was the Timberwolves, but it was the Clippers. Kawhi was fully healthy the whole series, and, they were a good team all year. But, Denver just showed their pedigree, their championship pedigree, and showed that why they could always make a run because of the Denver Nuggets. And Nikola Jokic is the best player in the NBA, has been the best player in the NBA for about the last 6-7 years. Should win MVP this year. Should probably win it the next couple of years because he's just a hooper. They really dominated that series from start to finish. I went to 7 games, but some of the games just didn't play as well. But, it kind of looked like Jokic was getting back in the hang of things and getting used to a new coach and Adelman and whatnot. But for all those you say that Jokic isn't passionate or care or anything like that, watch all the games in the Thunder series. If you watch Game 1, he was on the bench screaming, like, let's do this. This is how we do it, like this. Nothing, no bullshit. He was ready to go. They came out on top. And, I used to think Jamal Murray was the second best player on the Denver Nuggets, but I am here to tell you that Aaron Gordon is the second most important piece to the Denver Nuggets, to their success and to them winning. He is a very unselfish player. And, when we first traded for Aaron Gordon, I will be the first to say I was not happy. I was like, we should have got, I don't know who else was in the market at that time. Maybe Mikal Bridges or something like that. But Aaron Gordon has really proved me wrong with who he is and how he is as a player. Really accepted his role and embraced his role in Denver and proven to be probably one of the better things for his career. I think he's going to end up being, if they win a couple more rings, which I think they're probably going to win this year, he's going to end up being a top 10 Nugget all time. No question. I mean, his value to the team and his drive and his effort on defense, offense, everything. He always gives you 110% effort. He's the energy of that team, and I love to have him out there. I will say Jamal Murray needs to play better. Michael Porter Jr. 100% needs to play better. They've underplayed all postseason, and it's unacceptable if they want to win. Michael Porter Jr. getting paid, I think, a max contract, and you're doing this. No, you got to tighten up. You got to make it happen. And let's get rolling. So, great series, nonetheless, by the Nuggets. Really happy they won that. Stole game one in OKC. Aaron Gordon, just like I said, game winner shot. Chet missing 2 free throws there at the end, but let's not let this distract the fact that Jokic had 46, 22, and 6. 46, 22, and 6, bro. And people are like, oh, that's whatever. Is that how used to Jokic we've gotten, that 46, 22, and 6 is the way? I guess so, man. And you know what? It's harder and harder for me to defend other players other than Nikola Jokic as top 5 all time. This dude is unreal, man. Cares so passionately about the game. People will never admit it, but he is so passionate about it and just a straight killer, man. Dominate every single game. 46, 22, and 6, man. We'll see what he does the rest of the series, but I know who Nikola Jokic is, and I see it going very well. I also saw the clip of Jokic at the bar in OKC, had the sleeve still on, getting the drink. I was like, that's my MVP, bro. That is my MVP. That's the man. That's Nikola Jokic. That's everything you could ever expect. So, that was great series win for him. Really excited for these next round series. As we go through it, I'll break down who I got in the next series. So that was round 1. So we got Thunder Nuggets in the conference semifinals. I'm going with the Nuggets. That's not even a question. If you've been watching me long enough, you know that I'm going to ride with my Nuggets. And especially, I honestly just think they're a better team than the Thunder. I really, really do. And when we get to the Pacers cap side, you'll see the same thing. I think the Thunder are that great regular season team, and they're really good. They got a lot of talent on that team. Jalen Williams is great. Chet's great. Isaiah Hartenstein's great. Of course, Shai's great. I don't think he's a superstar, but he's a star. But, it's just Denver got that championship pedigree, man, and they have a bona fide superstar in Nikola Jokic. And I think superstars win championships more than good teams, unfortunately. You need a great team on your championship team, a great teamwork on your championship team, just like the Spurs, the Celtics, the Warriors. I mean, Steph Curry's a superstar. Tim Duncan was a superstar. And they won those rings, but they were also a great team. And that's what I think the Denver Nuggets are, and they have Nikola Jokic. So that's my breakdown of why I think that's going to happen, but, we'll see what happens there. Next series was Minnesota and LA. This was one that I predicted when I gave you the first video, the prediction video. I knew the Timberwolves were going to win. I didn't think it was going to be that easily. I mean, 4-1, they stomped on them. It was no question. Lakers really stood no chance. They were outmatched in every single thing. And I don't even think, the Lakers have better players. If you just watched every single game, the Timberwolves cared a lot more. They had a lot more heart and a lot more drive and grit to win the games and win that series. I think that's a byproduct of LeBron. I really do. And again, if you watch me long enough, I'm not a LeBron guy, but if you watch his effort on most games, it's very lazy. And when you're the leader of your team and you're lazy consistently, everyone else on your team is going to think that's okay. So I think, remember the Titans, attitude reflect leadership, Captain. Every guy in that team is going to respect the leader of that team, and the effort they give is the effort they're going to give. In anything in life, whether it's sports, whether it's work, whether it's anything you do, watch how the leader is and watch how the team plays. And I bet it's a very much a reflection of that because, we mimic people that are in higher power than us or people that we respect. So, Timberwolves dominated, though. I mean, Anthony Edwards showed why he is the best young player in the NBA. I hate to say it, he proved to me in this series that he is better than Luka, and I will tell you why. He plays both ends of the ball or both ends of the floor really well, and he plays really hard every single game. And I think Luka, it was a really bad trade for him to go to the Lakers because of the Lakers. They've never been that really gritty team. They've been the Showtime Lakers, which is great, and it's great to be Showtime and this and that and whatever. But I think Luka needed someone to really sit him down and say, listen, man, this is what we're going to do. And, he got traded. I mean, the Mavericks were in the finals last year, and we traded him. I know he didn't have the best series in the world. He didn't play his best, which I kind of figured. But, that's a lot of byproduct of LeBron. Look at all these other superstars that have played with LeBron, and their stats completely tanked. Chris Bosh, Kevin Love, D. Wade, all these players, Kyrie Irving, all these players hurt by LeBron James because as much as he gets assists, He's not a good teammate, and I will always stand by that and continue that till the day I die. That LeBron is a very, very great player. He's probably top 10 all time. He's for sure top 10 all time. Maybe top 5. I'm debating on the top 5. So if you guys want to get in the comments below and let's go top 5, I'll let you know. But I'll give you a top 5 video right now. I'll give it in this video so you guys can watch it. So top 5, and then I'll do another breakdown video. But I want to give it to you here now because I brought it up. So top 5. No order. Actually, one order. For sure, the first order, Michael Jordan. Number 1, 0 question in my mind. Best player ever. Not even a close. GOAT. Anyways, MJ. Magic. Larry Bird. Steph Curry. Kareem. That's my top 5. MJ, Bird, Magic, Steph, Kareem. That's it. That's my top 5. LeBron's probably in the top 10. I would almost put Tim Duncan above LeBron all the time. I would. I really would. But let's get back to that series. If you guys want more breakdown, in-depth video of that, I'd love to break that down with you and go from there. But again, with that series, you just looked at the Timberwolves' effort and you looked at the Lakers' effort and you kind of saw how much more the Timberwolves really cared about it, and I'm not mad at it because I love to see it. I'm really happy that it happened. But I think they're better coached. I know JJ Redick had some mistakes. It's his first year as a coach. Of course, he can have some mistakes. Not a perfect person. No one's a perfect person. But Timberwolves just, they were 6th seed. They slid late in the year. They're a really good team. Julius Randle is kind of on a revenge tour. People were saying he sucks. He stinks. He also was a former Laker, so he wanted to prove them wrong why they traded him. And then, you know what? I got to give my flowers to Rudy Gobert, man. I think Rudy Gobert gets shit on a lot for being, COVID boy and this and that and other thing. But 27 and 24 in the last game when he realized that, hey, I'm 7'3". The Lakers don't have anybody to guard me. Let me just dunk the ball every fucking time and dominate. And, he did. And, I don't think Rudy Gobert, and I've been a Rudy Gobert hater in the past, but I don't think he gets the love he really deserves because of how impactful he is. Yeah, sometimes the stat lines are like 9 and 12, but just having that big body out there, that 7'3" body with a threat to block the ball is enough on defense to stop a lot of people from driving all the time. So shout out the T-Wolves, really well coached team, really well developed organization in the past in the last couple of years they've become a constant team. Anthony Edwards is a great anchor of that, but Mike Conley and all these vets are great additions to the team, and they've really helped them move forward. So, next series was the Rockets and the Warriors. But yeah, that was a prediction that I got right on that. As good as the Rockets were as a 2 seed, I think they were too young always, and that's another team that doesn't have a superstar. Great team, but no superstar, and it proved at the end of the game. Warriors, ever since Jimmy Butler's come over, they've just been a lot better team. Draymond's kind of turning back the clock, playing better defense how he is, and Steph Curry. So that was not really a surprise to me. I thought if the Warriors played the Lakers too, they would have beat them as well. So that was kind of a normal series for me where I both thought they were both going to kind of win there and kind of go from there. But as I said before, the Timberwolves and the Warriors, Warriors, again, I don't have a lot to say. Steve Kerr's been there before. These guys have been there before. Jimmy Butler's been there before. He's playoff Jimmy, always has been. And Buddy Hield came up big in the game when they needed him, and that's a big pickup. He doesn't get enough love as he does because he's not college Buddy, but he's still a hooper, and you never lose your scoring ability, whether it's NBA, whether it's high school, whether it's college, whether it's overseas, whether it's anything. If you're a scorer, you're a scorer, It might not be at the highest volume as you were in college or high school, but if you can score, you can score at any level. But really happy for the Warriors there and to see them moving on. And then in that series, that's a good series, man. I'm really excited to watch that series as well. I think both the West series actually turned out really, really good, and I'm really excited for all of them. I think in that one, man, that's a tough one for me too. I think in my last video I predicted Warriors Nuggets in the conference finals. I got to stick with that, man. I think the Warriors – actually, I saw Steph Curry got hurt, in Game 1 yesterday. So that could change it up, especially because he's already out a week. It's been confirmed, so that's at least like 3 games I think that he's going to miss. So if the Timberwolves get up a lot in that series, it could be over for the Warriors, especially without Steph Curry. I think Jimmy Butler's great. I think Draymond's great, but Steph Curry's that kind of the dude that gets it over the hump. So if Steph Curry's healthy, I'm going Warriors. If not, we're going T-Wolves. So it'd be T-Wolves Nuggets in the conference finals. But we'll see how that goes, and we'll break it down soon here in the next week. So next series was the Cavaliers and Heat. Cleveland won that series 4-0. Wasn't really another series that I watched very much. Kind of knew it was going to happen. Heat always sneak in the playoffs as an 8 seed, but they don't have Jimmy no more. And the Cavs, for all their shortcomings, they're a good team, and I'm happy they won that there and moved on to the next round. Which going on that series with Cavaliers Pacers, I see the Pacers are up 2-0, man, and people don't give the Pacers enough credit. They don't give Rick Carlisle enough credit. I think Rick Carlisle is a great coach, always has been a great coach, and that goes a lot farther in the NBA than people want to always admit. Just like the NFL, it always goes a lot farther than people admit, and we'll see what happens. I mean, Tyrese Halliburton getting voted as the most overrated player in the NBA. That's gonna. What do you think that's gonna do? Make him sad? It's gonna fuel his fire and make him play harder. So, Cavaliers Heat. It was a really easy series for the Cavs. They were just better offensive, defensively everywhere. I mean, Tyler Hero tried, Bam tried, but the Heat just don't have the players they need right now to make a run. I mean, I think Giannis Antetokounmpo might end up coming over there, and that's going to help him out, but we'll see what happens. And then Pacers-Bucks, man, that was an easy pick for me last round. Pacers I picked all day because the Bucks are fucking coached by Doc Rivers, the most overrated coach in NBA history. Overrated. He has one ring, no question. If he didn't win a ring with that team, he should have been fired immediately. That team was amazing. Rajon Rondo, everyone says big three, big four. Rajon Rondo does not get the love he deserves as an NBA player all time. That dude was unbelievable in his prime and even consistently throughout his career. I mean, I remember the game when he was on the Pelicans, he had like 25 assists. 25. And they were in that playoff series, AD, DeMarcus Cousins, Rondo, man. If Boogie doesn't get hurt there, I mean, the Pelicans make a run that year. That was a tough year for them. But getting back to the Pacers and the Bucks, man, I mean, Giannis, if that wasn't an indicator that Giannis is out of there, I don't know what is, because that was just unacceptable. They traded away Middleton and they got rid of Drew Holiday a couple of years ago, and I really think that killed that team, man. I don't know why they ever thought trading Drew Holiday for Dame was the correct move. I always thought that was a bad move because Drew Holiday was, that defensive point guard that you actually need. And as much as I love Dame, he's a great scorer, great player all time, but I just don't think he meshed well with that team, and that's not what the team needed at that time. So, it happens. Things go wrong, and we'll see what happens there. But Pacers, they came back from a 7-point deficit under a minute in the game, game 5 of the Pacers-Bucks series. They also did that yesterday because I already was watching the game. I was out to dinner. I was watching the game, turned it off when they were down 7 points to a minute. I was like, there's no way they win. And I'm like talking to my buddy, and he's like, dude, they won. I'm like, who won? He's like, the Pacers. I'm like, no way. I saw a stat. Only 3 teams in the last 30 years have come back from a 7-point or more deficit under a minute. All 3 have been the Pacers. First was Reggie Miller. Next was the Pacers Game 5. And then Pacers yesterday. So let's call them the cardiac Pacers for what they are, because that's great. But in that series, that's a tough one. Cavs-Pacers, man, I really thought the Cavs kind of were going to lock that down. I really did. But, Pacers have proven me wrong with a lot of things. I think Halliburton's great. I think Carlisle's great. But, 2-0 is not death. I mean, it's death when you lost both at home, which is tough. So, I think we're going to – I have bias because I know it's 2-0 and stuff. But, you know what? Let's ride it's again, Cavs were hurt last year. They had no Garland, no Mobley. Those are 2 of their best players. Mobley's the defense player of the year. You don't have the defense player of the year, and the Garland's their point guard. So, you know what? I'm going to go on a limb here and say Cavs still win that series. We'll see what happens. That was a really tough choke yesterday for the Cavs, and that would kill any team. But we're going to still go with the Cavs in that series. I just think they're a better team, especially when they're fully healthy. And then lastly, Knicks Celtics. We're still in the bracket. Knicks Pistons. I think this is one that I said I wanted to go with the Pistons, but I went with the Knicks just because they got the experience. They got Brunson, they got Tom Thibodeau and all that. And, they ended up winning that series. The Pistons I think they're a piece away or a couple of years away. I think they got all the pieces. I think they just need a little bit more maturity and to come together more as a team. But I really liked what I saw of the Pistons. I think that's a really good team and a team to be reckoned with for years to come as long as they don't trade their pieces and just blow everything up like they usually do. But Knicks, they won that game. Cat has always been a big addition to the team. Josh Hart is a hooper. Doesn't get the respect he deserves for how hard he plays and how much he helps the team. Same with, Brunson's a GOAT, Cat's a GOAT. Why can't I think of whoever other than Josh Hart? Who's the other one? I know DiVincenzo's not anymore, but Knicks won that game. They got Tom Thibodeau. He's been a great coach forever. Never really able to get over the hump. Didn't help that D Rose got hurt the year they were probably going to win the championship. So, we'll see what happens there. They won the series. They handled them pretty easily. 4-2. It's not like it was Game 7. Yeah, it was 6 games, but Pistons aren't no slouch team. The Knicks, just proved that they were a better team. Celtics Magic series was kind of what I expected. 4-1. I don't know why the Magic can't figure it out. They have Paulo Banchero, Franz Wagner. They got a bunch of good players on that team, and they just can't figure it out. Maybe there's a couple years away. I don't know. Maybe they're a piece away. I'm not really sure, but that's a team that's been confusing me for a couple years because they should be better than they are. I know they were 7th seed this year, partially due to Paulo being hurt for probably like a quarter of the season, maybe a third of the season. But, they were the 5 seed last year. I think they lost to the Knicks as well, and I think I picked them last year. But we'll see what happens. I think, they got to have a year where they're fully healthy together, and that will help them get to where they want to go. And then last series is Knicks-Celtics. Celtics with just a terrible choke. Terrible choke. I don't know which was worse, the Cavs or the Celtics. But, the Knicks won by 1 point, and the Celtics missed 45 3-pointers. Are they ever going to shoot that bad again? I'd say probably not. And I just think the Celtics are the best team in the Eastern Conference. They always have been. Jaylen Brown's that dude. Peyton Pritchard, Derek White, Tatum's good. Tatum's good. He's not. He's probably great. I don't think he's a superstar though. I just haven't. He hasn't convinced me that he is yet. And even in the finals last year, he kind of got carried by Brown and Derek White and all them. But Porzingis is great in the middle, and I just think they're. Joe Mazzulla is a great coach, and I think again the Celtics. Until someone beats them and proves, they lost to the Knicks on one of the worst performances I've ever seen in my life. But I don't think that's going to continue very often. I think the Celtics are going to win that series against the Knicks. I think it's probably going to go 6 games. I think the Knicks can steal one more, but I think the Celtics, again, are the better team. So that means we'd have the Celtics and the Cavs in the conference finals. And like I said, I think the Celtics would win that and be in the championship. And I think the Nuggets would win to be in the championship. I think it would be a Nuggets-Celtics championship. And maybe it's the bias in me, but I'm going with the Nuggets. I think the Nuggets are a better team. I think they always are a better team. So we'll see what happens there. I'm happy for them. I'm happy they won, and I'm really excited for the rest of the series. So let's dive into the NHL because we're still here, and that's kind of what I want to do. So. The first one of that series was the Jets and the Blues. Really, really great series. Winnipeg really probably shouldn't have lost that. Or, they won. But, it was as closer than I thought. And I thought this was going to be another one of those years where the Blues were trash all year and then they come back and win it all and do that again. But and if you watch Game 7, they were up 2 goals with 2 minutes left and the Winnipeg's tied it, went to overtime, they won. So, I got to give the Jets a clap up for that because that's great. Oh, I forgot to do my Dills Dynasty Player of the Week. You already know who I'm going with. I'm going with Nikola Jokic. The GOAT. Nikola Jokic. Let's dive back in there, though. So Jets Blues, that was a great series. Great. The Blues have Binnington's a great goalie, and then Halbrook for the Jets is a great goalie as well. But another really hard-fought series, and, happy the Jets won there. And then the Stars and the Avalanche. I wanted my Avalanche to win, but also lived in Dallas. So congrats to the Stars. Another 7-game series. Great series. There was a lot of great series in hockey this year. But, the Stars were the number 1 seed a lot of the time in the West all year. And then the last month they slumped and tanked for a while. And they went really down. And then it seems like they got their swagger back against the Avalanche and played really good. And what's his name? Ottinger. Ottinger's a really good goalie. The Stars, they got Hintz. So, good for them. I think that's going to be a great series. Jets Stars starts Game 1 tonight. I think it's going to be a great, great series. 2 really good goaltenders, two really good teams. I think those are probably the 2 best teams in the West, maybe even in the NHL. But I would have to say the Capitals are, but I didn't realize they lost Game 1. Wow, okay, well. But anyways, let's dive down to the bottom part. And again, another great series on this side. We had the Golden Knights that played the Wild. That was a 6-game series, pretty quick. Golden Knights just had that pedigree and kind of been the better team for a while. So, glad for them there. And then Kings Oilers, that was a series that the Kings started out really hot. I thought the Kings were going to win, but I've been an Oilers fan. I'm a McDavid fan. I'm a Leon Drysdale fan. I hope they get a ring for Connor McDavid because I think he's that great of a player. So Edmonton won the game one there, which is awesome. Really excited for the hockey round, the West playoffs and the East. Both sides are really awesome. So we have Jet Stars on the top and then Golden Knights Oilers on the bottom. I'm going to ride with the Jets and the Oilers. We're going to have a Canada matchup in the conference finals. So Golden. So we have Oilers and Jets on that side. And then on the other side, we got the Maple Leafs versus the Maple Leafs played the Senators. Easy win by the Maple Leafs there. Senators were the last team in, so kind of figured, happy for them. Lightning were the higher seed in the Battle of Florida, but Florida kind of dominated. Panthers won that series 4-1 really easily. They got the championship experience. They got the championship from last year, which is going to help them push forward. I mean, the Lightning do as well, but they're kind of back into rebuilding, getting back to championship level. I mean, they're perennial playoff team, but getting there. And then next we have the Capitals and the Canadiens. I knew it was going to happen. The Capitals have been the best team in the East all year. Ovechkin turning back the clock, still one of the better players in the league, just carrying. But carrying is disrespectful to a lot of the other players on the team. They got a lot of good players on the Capitals, but you know what I mean. And then Hurricanes-Devils series, I thought it was going to be much better. I think I went with the Devils because New Jersey, but Carolina proved, they've been good for the last couple of years, like just consistently good, and they keep trying to get over the hump. So, and they won game one against the Capitals. That's what I'm saying. The Capitals don't have no slouch competition in the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes are a very, very good team, and they better come ready to play if they want to win. So, I'm still going to go with the Capitals in that series because I like the Capitals. I think Ovechkin's, good enough to get one more, and we'll go from there. And then, wow, Maple Leafs Panthers. That's a good one. I'm going to hope that the Maple Leafs this year are going to get over the hump and break their curse and they're choking all the time. But Panthers are a tough team. Again, they won the Stanley Cup last year. They have the experience. They have the pedigree. And it's tough to knock off the champs. So if they can do that, I have a lot of faith in them. So we're going to go Maple Leafs Capitals in the conference finals against Oilers Jets. Boom. We got 3 Canadian teams. That would mean that a Canadian team has a chance to win this year. You would hope. If it's both Canadian teams, it'd be great. But so we'd have Oilers, Jets. We're going to go back with the Oilers. I'm going to ride with the Oilers. We're going to ride with the Oilers. And I hate to say it, Toronto fans, but I'm riding with the Capitals. I think it's going to be Oilers, Capitals, Stanley Cup. And I think the Oilers can do it. I think it's McDavid's year. I think they're ready to get over the hump. And if not, they'll do it next year. But we're going to ride with the Oilers. Woo! Let's see. Who's the Dill Dynasty player in the NHL? Let's see here. I got to ride with... Wow, who am I going to ride with? I think I'm going to ride with Hellebuyck, Connor Hellebuyck, goalie for the Jets, Clutched up for him, won him the series, moved on. Jets are having a great year. Excited to see what happens. I see Dallas as favorite tonight, so really excited to see what happens there. But if we're going to have predictions for the games, because I'm going to try to do more videos every single day instead of more sporadically, especially with the playoffs, everything, just get updates going and kind of break down each game as I'm watching them. So tonight we have 2 hockey games. Today's May 7th. May 7th. So we have 2 hockey games tonight. So we have the Maple Leafs and Panthers. Toronto's up 1. And we have the Stars and the Jets. I'm going to go with Jets. We're going to go Jets. Leafs. Jets, Leafs. And then we got 2 basketball games. So we got Jets, Leafs. Jets, Leafs. And we got OKC versus Denver. We're going to go Denver. And we're going to go Boston. So we got Jets, Leafs, Nuggets, Celtics. That's my 4 for tonight. We'll we'll see what happens. I'm going to watch it down. I'm going to give you all a great breakdown maybe later tonight after the games or tomorrow. But again, I really appreciate all of you joining along and everyone that's been with me on the journey and the whole time, always believed in me and been with me. Y'all are going to get paid off soon and let everyone know that we are moving up. And I want everyone to know to be you, be inspirational, be confident, be helpful, be happy, be kind. Not enough people are, and a lot of the world would change if we all were. So tell someone a positive compliment today. Tell them you care about them. And really excited to break this down. I hope you all have a great rest of your Wednesday, May 7th. Let's make it a great day. And God bless. This is Dill Talks Sports. Deuces.